Here's how I'm finding the perfect items to stock in my alternative souvenir shop in London opening next month. We have been talking a lot about the shop on our social channels for a couple of months now. So a lot of makers and creative small businesses heard about it and were like, hi, I'm here. So we directed them to an interest form that they could fill out. We've had 48 people fill that out for the moment. And while most of them weren't going to be a good fit, mostly because their aesthetic didn't fit what we're looking for the shop, we did find a few great gems who are now signed on to sell with us. I also went to a couple of trade shows, the Autumn Fair in Birmingham and Top Drawer in London. These are where a lot of gifty type small businesses will display their items for potential buyers to buy, like me. Top Drawer was a lot more successful because there were a lot of smaller makers, and two that I met there are now signed on with us. I also found some makers purely from scouring the internet and finding people making beautiful things in or around London. And then I did cold outreach to them, but there's not been a ton of success with that. We haven't signed anyone on that I've done that with, except for the ones that I actually ended up seeing at one of the trade shows after meeting in person. We still have a few spots for makers, and we're specifically looking for children's items, dog items, and non-perishable foods like teas and jams. So if you know anybody who is based in or around London and makes that kind of stuff and sells it, please send them in our direction. Tag them in the comments, let them know. And be sure you follow to see more behind the scenes of opening our alternative London souvenir shop.